Hey guys, True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws and BLUESAWS.com. Hope everybody's doing all right. I can't sit on anything out here because everything's wet. It was just thunderstorming and, well, now it's beautiful out again. I got a couple of 440s out here. I was going through doing a few of the pre-runs. Not the pre-flights, but the pre-runs. Free flight, whatever you want to call it. And I come out and I give everything a quick look over. It's not like the full pre-flight, but I make sure things aren't goofed up. And there's, you can have missing parts, incorrect parts. So I do go through them, not as in-depth as the pre-flight. Bring this out here, fuel it up, and then I go to start it. And it's locked up from the factory. And I don't know why I didn't look at it at all yet and just chalked it up to, oh well, at least the customer didn't get that in day one. It's locked up from the factory. I'm guessing it hung a ring. I don't know. So I grabbed another one and I looked it over. Before I brought it out, I actually pulled the recoil. I didn't do that obviously on that one, or I would have known before I put fuel in it and oil that you have to drain out again. So I got this one. I went through. The carb is so far out on them from the factory that I tuned it to where I thought it should be. So I'm going to give it a quick start. We'll see if I'm anywhere near where it should be. I should be pretty close. There's nothing magical about that. And we'll see. And what I usually do is I'll hit the decomp. I'll give it 2 or 3 half-hearted pulls to get some fuel into it. Oh, well, you might want to turn it on. I'll give it 2 more pulls. I didn't even have the, not that it matters, but still. And then probably 8 pulls. Oh, nothing. Well, maybe I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. Who knows? Where do I have you? Let me give you a bunch more fuel. Let's see. We're on choke. All right, this guy's going back up. Now I'm going to flood it. Oh well. Everything wants to fight me today. I don't smell fuel. Why don't I smell fuel? You'd think I would by now. Ah, there we go. Well, I still don't like where I turned this to. Let me turn that back. Let's go all the way back. Let's start over. Then a little more. Well, let's see if it wants to start right up. Oh, come on, I can't get the... There we go. Here, let's work that in. All right, that sounded better. Let's see what we got. Usually when I start, I'll let it idle for 30 seconds before I start hitting the gas button to move along the video. And then I'll wind up playing that with that till it oils. Now, what usually happens is you choke it on a lot, not all of them. Some will start in 4 pulls. Some of them take 8 or 9. That one seemed like it wanted to take a while, and you're on video and you're like, oh, you're going to act funny. Plus, starting off bad already puts a bad taste in your mouth. But within 8 pulls on choke, you should be getting a blip if you're tuned somewhat close. 2 more, 3 more pulls on high idle, the saw should take off. So that was not what I call normal, because I pulled it a hell of a lot more, fiddled with the carb a little bit more, but Who knows? Didn't get fuel up it. Now it's starting just fine. We'll start it again and see. So I'll play with that a little more, let it idle a little bit, verify that it's oiling. I don't love the oilers on the 44s. I think that they're a little bit frugal. They're appropriate. You can run a 20 on it, a 24. I think they're a little frugal for a 28. Depends on the oiler. There's variation in them. But the 660s lately have been puking oil. Like they oil, turn them down oil, a lot of them. 440s, not as generous with the oil. So it's just something to be aware of. The 460s have been oiling really good. So I don't know. I think they must have switched something with the oilers, which brings up another topic. I had this question. God, I want to lean up against something so I can talk to you guys and not move around. I got asked the question a couple times in the last few weeks. Some of the stuff you have listed, you know, it's highway, it's this, it's that. A lot of the stuff is BLUESAWS. Is that just farmer tech stuff? Yes and no. A lot of it is farmer tech stuff. A good portion of it is not. And here's what we do. I'll use oilers, and cylinders are probably another good one. We use farmer tech stuff. We have 2 or 3 other vendors for whatever the item is. And what I'll do is I'll order them from each of the vendors. Sometimes it's the exact same product, just from a different vendor, so they got it from the same place. Sometimes it's different. I'll compare them, and the one that I think is the better quality is the one we'll continue to order in the future. So it could have been a farmer tech cylinder or oiler or whatever part you think of in the past. We call it BLUESAWS because that might change depending on which vendor has the best product. So we go through it. Is that easy to do? We have thousands of products. I can't change them all every month, and it takes a minute to evaluate stuff. Say a 260 oiler, if I'm not doing 260 stuff, I don't have time to do it. I get feedback from the customers sometimes, and I try to segregate who's making something good versus who's, you know, not even bad, just sometimes things are better. I like these oilers better than these companies' oilers. I like these cylinders for this model better than this company's cylinders for this model. A lot of what we've seen, especially with cylinders, is it looks like they're grading them. It could be the exact same foundry making the cylinders. The crappy ones go here for cheaper. The middle of the road go here for a little more money, and the other ones go here for more money, is what it looks like to me in ordering them, because I've gotten the same cylinder from 2 different places. This one was cheaper and the cylinder's kind of crappy. If you're grinding on it, maybe it doesn't matter as much, but it's kind of definitely not as nice. I paid a few dollars more for this one, and it's significantly nicer. We try to segregate it, and again, that changes because then a year later, all of a sudden, Farmer Tech changes the oilers and the 44s that you weren't prepared for. They look very similar, and you'd have to have an old one and a new one and compare them side by side. They're different. So it's a moving target, and it's hard to keep up on, but that's why you see stuff labeled as BLUESAWS, because as I switch vendors, a lot of times I don't know the name of the original vendor, so we just call it under BLUESAWS and we try to source the best stuff that we can. So hopefully that answers that question for some of you guys. Trying to think, I'm sure there was some other questions. I got to get back on the video thing. I've been insanely busy. The tariffs threw us off. I should probably have a video on that, talk that through. I'll do another video with the 3120s and that kind of stuff, what we're thinking, why we're thinking that way. I mentioned it in another video, but I could probably go more in depth. Anyhow, guys, that's some of the trials and tribulations. I'm going to have to rip that guy apart. So that guy's going to go up on a shelf until I get the time to rip into it and figure out what's hung up on it and why it's doing this. But again, that pre-run saves customers more problems than you realize, and I don't think you realize that a lot of the stuff, the complaints you see online are being moderated. So be careful, guys. Don't fall for stupid shit and don't believe all the shills you see. True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws, and BlueSaws.com. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.